Right, David, well, can we just look back at the win on the weekend? How much of a confidence boost was it for the side to play so well and to get the 3 points against a pretty decent side?
Yeah, it was a very good performance. I think it was probably our most complete performance overall going forward, and in our defensive shape. I think we was disciplined and sort of things clicked into place going forward. And yeah, I think it was. I think the manager and the lads are happy, and we just want to move on to the next one as well.
Yeah, there seemed like there was a lot of zip and zing about the passing. The passes were sticking, a lot of one-touch stuff. Did you feel like that was something that was coming, that this team was capable of?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the week before we turned up in Wellington and the pitch wasn't great, and that was obviously it became a battle, and we shown we could do that as well. So I think we've shown in the last 2 games we've got 2 sides to us, and I think we've come through the 2 games really well, and I think hopefully now the momentum's changing in our way.
The break for the World Cup, it's something that doesn't normally happen in an A-League season or any season really, a 3 or 4 week gap. How do you reflect on it? Was it something that helped, hindered, or neither of those 2 things?
I think probably, if you ask Goffey, I think he's never had to deal with that. So we actually worked really hard, and he worked the lads really tough, and I think that's shown in the way we've come back in these last 2 games. I think we look strong, we look powerful, and we have got the resources as well off the bench as well to continue that. So no, I think it's worked good for us. Just after that Western United, we had to go back to the drawing board because we was disappointed with that result. But after we got that, after we had the break, I think we've come back really sharp.
Lots of attacking options for Ufuk to choose from, and as you just said, strength on the bench when you can bring guys like Costa and Ben Waine and Ben Old off the bench. How is it though fitting in when that might be slightly different combinations at the start of a game or during a game?
I just think you've got to adapt to the people you're playing with. I think myself and Oscar had a good combination, and I think with the 2 10s as well, me playing in that central 10 worked on the weekend. But the manager's always got a plan for the teams we play against, and if you're picked to do that job, then we've got to respect why the manager's done that, and that's part of a team, and that's why teams win things.
And you've obviously been in the team for a couple of 3 seasons now. You've had some new guys come in like Oscar and BK and Jan as well. Have you kind of had to help them with the assimilation into this team?
Yeah, I think that's always been a job of mine, that where I can help where needed, and they're coming to a new country. I did that 3 years ago, and I've done a couple of other countries as well. So I've tried to help where I can, and these are good lads, and they want to come here and really show what they're about, and they're at good ages. So if I can help, and you've got Kotri as well who does that as well. So I think it's really good for us going forward.
And in the system that Ufuk's always played with the 2 10s and the 2 up top, I mean, you're interchangeable really around all those, and even interchangeable within a game. Is that something that you want to continue to be able to do, to be versatile within the system? Yeah,
I think that's always been something under the manager that he's given me that sort of role where I can slip into any of the positions needed, depending on the game and depending on what he wants from that game. So yeah, I'm just happy to be in the side, and to be honest, it's been a tough 8 months for me. So I'm starting to feel like back to the old me. That was the first time probably on the weekend where I was feeling 100% and feeling like I can really kick on.
A couple of questions from Phil Roller as well. You gutted that you weren't able to join in the action and find in the back of the net like 3 of the other visa signings did?
Yeah. Obviously the lad's gone on the line. You beat the goalkeeper and he stays on the line, so it's just one of them days, and the keeper pulled off a good save as well. So no, look, I was in and around the action and setting up the lads as well. So I think as long as we have a good performance and we take those 3 points and move on and start getting some momentum, that's all that matters.
And you've played with a lot of different imports during your time at the club. What is unique about the current crop?
I think they've brought a freshness to the side. I think it was good for Jan personally. He's come to a new country and spoke a totally different language. So it's been hard. The lads have really got rallied around him to help him, and his family's here now. So I think that'll help him on the pitch as well. And then obviously Oscar and BK have done, starting to see their qualities now on the pitch as well. I think they've been a fresh breath of air really, in terms of the way they've come in, and not only on the pitch but off the pitch as well. Good guys, and I think that they've come into the side and done really well for us.
And Criev is quite tall for an attacking midfielder, obviously. What does he bring to the field that's possibly a bit different to previous 10s that we've had?
Yeah, he's because obviously an unusual player. He's he's a clever player. When you get to see him and see the way he is, he's great with his body. He can get in short. He can get in small spaces and drive at people, and his weight of pass is really good. He sees the game. So yeah, he's obviously different because just in terms of physically, he's different, and he can score with his head, which has been fantastic for us. But he's been, I think, he's been a really good acquisition by the manager, as always.
Yeah, he's scored 4 goals in 4 games now. Do you think he can match Tomer Ahmed's record of 5 goals in 5 games?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I go to him at the start of every game and say, remember, keep the personal stuff going and enjoy the good form that he's in, and I think he's enjoying being part of the club and the culture that we've got here at the club, and I think hopefully he's going to be a huge player for us for the whole season.